Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Kerbal Space program, the Race to Eeloo Carreer Mode. So, in the last episode, I added remotetech to the list of mods I'm using. I had to disable the signal delay because it was causing all kinds of problems, and I was not getting. One of the problems was that despite me having a less than a second delay, my probes were not, or my satellites were not performing their correction burns. So this is the network so far. We have 3 out of 4 geostationary or geostationary satellites. We have the Orbital 1, Orbital 2 and Orbital 3. Now normally Orbital 2 should not be able to see the mission control, but yeah, because they're slightly off kilter, they can. And this shouldn't be a problem there. Every of the orbitals is aiming at mission control, and I'm thinking that they are in the correct positions. If they're not, I'll be launching new ones. I've also implemented 5 atmoses, and we'll have a look at this. So let's first see Orbital 1. Okay, this is Orbital 1. It has a mechjeb to allow me to quickly do things like this, reorient it towards Kerbin. It has a nice collection of solar panels, and it has one antenna. Let's see. I want the antenna. Okay. No, the antenna, please. Mission control, and this one is going to 2. This one will go to 4, and this one will go to polar relay, and we've got 4 forward antenna, and we have the bipolar ones. And now we are going to have a look at Atmos 1. Okay. Excuse me. And this is an Atmos. So it's the little brother of the orbital. It has 4 omnidirectional antenna, which are currently the only antenna it's using. And it's got these 4 dishes, which I don't know what to use them for yet, but they probably have a use in the future. Okay, but enough said. It's time to put Orbital 4 in orbit. So, let's take the Orbital FD. The FD stands for Final Design. Okay, here we are. Let's zoom in, because the first thing we need to do is actually rename this thing. And for that we need to add the probe body. Oh, no, there's a space in between, and we are going to launch this. SAS on, that on full, and go. And yeah, this is the first step is getting in 100 by 100 kilometer orbit, and then we start doing. We set the target to Orbital 3, and then we go and try and get an intercept about a quarter of the orbit away from it, and then we do the correction burn at that altitude, and then we do another correction burn to circularize in geostationary orbit, and we if everything goes alright, we should have a stationary orbit. Now the problem is it's very difficult to do. So the satellites are not all going to, well, some are going to move faster than the others, and at that point, at the point where the orbital is no longer going to be in its correct spot, we'll have to relaunch the mission, because these things don't have engines or RCS to correct their orbits. That might come in future versions, but I've got much to do. We got to do 2 final lunar landings. Oh, and bye-bye. We still don't have the landing autopilot, which I so desperately need for some of the more difficult moon missions I want to do. But yeah, there is some interesting. I've got some interesting plans with remotetech, and we'll see how fast I can execute them. So after this one is in orbit, we basically should have everything for basic communication. We can set up a scan satellite. No, then we're going. Yeah, so the next thing we are going to do is put a scientific satellite into orbit around Kerbin, around Man, and around Minmus, and these will both map the surface and look for ketane or ketane, whatever you prefer. Let's see, how is our altitude doing? Because this thing... Okay, and then we have to do 2 final missions, or 3 final missions to Man, and then we are at the point where we can't get any more signs out of the Man anymore. We might with the... I don't think there's going to be any new facts to be, or any more signs to be gained from any biome on the Man. We've seen them all, so we have to put our eyes and ears and carbonauts to the other planets. And that's where this network comes in, and it's going to require some planning. Oh, wait. Come on! Thank you very much, you have served me well. Okay, are we almost out of the thick part of the atmosphere? Because that's really important. Okay. Goodbye, fairings. And we open up the solar panels. And we open up the omnidirectional antenna. Now the omnidirectional antenna will make it so that we'll have contact with the Atmos satellites. Okay, stop. We're also going to do a maneuver node. No, not that one. A maneuver planner. And we circularize at the apoapsis. Okay. And now quickly, no target, we aim this at mission control. Okay. No, not that screen. We activate it. Now we have to wait for the burn. Okay, and now the next thing we need to do is... Okay, come on. You are going to be aimed at orbital 1. And you are going to be aimed at orbital 3. And as soon as we'll hit a stable orbit, we'll switch over to those satellites and make the connections. So let's time accelerate or physics warp. not too much. So I'm also re-releasing my XCOM Enemy Within episode 2 down to UFO with no audio. So enjoy the 60 minutes of silence. And the reason for that is both in the video as in the description of the video. Okay. We're in an orbit, the camera changed. We're 7 minutes into the mission. Okay, and we reached our parking orbit. Okay, now we are going to switch quickly over to orbital 1, switch 2. Because now we need one of the 3 antennas to aim at orbital 4. Okay, let's see. Unknown target, no target. Orbital 2, mission control. Okay. Unknown target, I want you to aim at 4. Okay. So now you switch to. That's orbital 2. Mission control. No target. Aim this to orbital 4. Okay, now we can switch to orbital 4 itself. Okay. And we set orbital 3 as a target. And now we start fiddling. Okay. No, that's too much. Okay. Good. And no. No. Okay, let's do this again. Oh, that's not good. Come on, how difficult is this? Yeah, you see the problem here. Ah. No, that's not good. It's... Let's see from top side. That's actually what we want. Come on. Is that correct? Yeah. Oh boy, you're joking me. Okay, we are a bit we overshot our goal. Let's hope we can still do this. There should be enough fuel in this lift booster stage, of this lifter stage, to do that. I've actually for orbital 3 I didn't even need the second stage that's still in here. Let's move that a bit so that we can use it. Okay. I'm not going to bother anymore with checking the maneuvers until all the maneuvers are done. Yep. Okay. Onwards to maneuver 2. This is going to be interesting. So come on, we can do it. We're nearly done with the second maneuver. Onwards to the third maneuver, and for that I'm going to detach. Oh. I heard something click, but I don't want this big, bulky stage. Okay, are we back to 1 yet? 5, 1. Kabam. Okay, and that reveals our little stage. And Lord and behold, this is not correct. Quickly now, we need to raise our apoapsis to oh wait, to 2868.75. Create and execute. No, that's actually not good. Abort. Abort, abort, abort. Okay, that's what we need. Do me a favor and move to Yeah, this thing doesn't have an SES, so oh, this is so not good. And see, that's the problem with the maneuver nodes. Even if you think you set up the maneuver correctly, it refuses. Just a moment. Somebody came on, went online. Minecraft crew. Okay. And 2 minutes remaining on my XCOM troll video, if you can call, like I'm going to call it now. How are we connected? Oh, we're connected via the Atmos satellite network. So that's one reason I've put in a second stage for the derps. Derps like this. And are we done? Are we done? Are we done? Are we done? Please see. We're done. Okay, we're done. In 2 hours, 50 minutes, we need to circularize. At that altitude, that's okay. That looks more or less good, so we are going to execute that node. We got an hour and 41 minutes to get to that node. And luckily the probe is turning the right way. Hurrah! Come on, we're nearly there. 7 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Burn. Okay. That looks in order. That looks more or less in order. So I'm thinking that the satellites are now in their correct spot. They're linked up correctly. Oh. Oh yeah, and this is quite an inclination, so that explains the... Okay, decouple. Into carbon, please. And we go to the Space Center. We go to the tracking station. We choose debris. And we terminate the debris of number 4. That's orbiting current. And so we now have 9 satellites in our network. As you can see, now we should have... Now we have coverage everywhere, and I'm seeing that this episode is now almost 25 minutes long. I'm not going to do a MUN landing for you guys. I'm going to off camera see what I can do with this network. See if I can put communication around MUN from this orbit on, or if I need another second stage in between to improve or increase the amount of comlinks I have. So I'll see you guys probably on Sunday. Goodbye.